Hey everybody, it's Gail, and this is Errata-Hate episode 22, and this is a how-to, and I'm going to show you how to make this hat. This is a hat that I designed myself. It is a hexagon done in double crochets with increases, and then you work even for a little while, still in double crochet, and then it's a single crochet brim with a picot edging. This is worked in worsted weight yarn, with an H hook for all of the double crochet and then an F hook for the brim and the picot. The goal of it was I really wanted to come up with a hat pattern where I didn't have to decrease a whole bunch, because you lose track of numbers or you decrease at the wrong place. And in this entire hat, there is one set of decreases, and it's right before you start the single crochet. So I'm pretty proud of that. It's also got this great sort of folded edge thing that it does, because of how it's put together. And let me show you the fit real quick on an actual head. The styrofoam head's a little small. So there's still some give in the brim. I don't make this super tight. You know, if you're looking for a snugger fit on your brim, you can drop down to an E-hook when you get to the brim. And that'll probably get you where you want it to be. It's also a great hat to get all my hair into. Quick thing on your yarn choice on this. This does not work with Red Heart Super Saver. I have no idea why. I've made it out of Super Saver, I think 3 or 4 times, trying to figure out what the problem is. But the first time I made it out of Super Saver, I used my H hook and my F hook, and it was too big all around. I went down to a G hook and an E hook, and it was too big. Like, I just can't. I think it's something about the way that the Red Heart Super Saver drapes. But the good news is this hat does work in Caron Simply Soft. And it works in Knit Picks Mighty Stitch, which is what I will be using for mine. And it really works in every other one I've tried. I've tried a bunch of different unlabeled yarns when I've made it. I've made it with wool, I've made it with acrylic. And there's just something about Red Heart Simply Soft. Although Red Heart Soft works great with it, go figure. Also, I am working right now. These are the very sloppy charts I'm working on. I'm wanting to pretty them up for you. If I have been successful, there will be a link down in the basement to a chart for this pattern, which will be available free through Ravelry. And so I wanted to show you the first round, which I've already completed. And so I just wanted to give you an idea of what that looks like, and then show you how to do the increases, because you're going to do 5 rounds of increases after your starting round. So for the starting round, I did a magic loop. I really like the magic loop. You can also, if you're not a magic loop person, chain 4, join, and then work in the join chain. And the way this works is that, I'm gonna undo my join here. There we go. So this is my first set of double crochets. So I chain 2 from my double crochets because it gives it a smoother look. So I do a chain 2, I work 2 double crochets in the ring, of course, chain 2 for a space, 3 double crochets, chain 2 for a space, 3 double crochets, and you do that around until you have 6 chain 2 spaces, so all the little corners. And at the end, after your last 3 double crochets, there we go. You're going to work 2 chains, and then you are going to join into that top of that first set of double crochet chains you made. Pull through. This will be worked in a continuous round. I do join at the end of each round, but I will not be turning. So let me show you the increase. So this is our first double crochet. Well, we're counting it as our first. It's a chain 2, and then you work 2 double crochets. So you work a double crochet into each following double crochet. And then your increase, you're going to work 2 double crochet into this corner. Do that now. You're going to chain 2 to make a new corner. And then you're going to work 2 more double crochet into that same corner. And then you're going to work across the next set of 3 double crochet to the next corner and repeat that increase all the way around. And once you finish up the first round of increases, you're going to increase the exact same way for 4 more rounds. So this is your first round of increases, and after that, it's 4 more rounds. So it's 5 rounds of increases total. And I'm going to go and do that part, and then I will walk you through the work even part of this, and we will keep going. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey everybody, it's Gail here behind the camera. I have finished my increase rounds. As you can see here, there's my last ones worked into the previous round. And now, let me adjust my camera a little bit. I am getting ready to do the first of the work even rows. So what I'm going to do is work across to a corner. And I will work from there. Pardon me, I had to be up extra early today for a meeting, so I'm a little slower brain capacity-wise right now. The coffee kicked in, but is now kicking out. Always fun. By the way, working with this Mighty Stitch has reminded me it is so soft. It is just so wonderfully soft. Really enjoyed it. Okay, so coming up on my last couple of stitches here, and this work even is super simple, because one of the details on this hat is, this repeated corner piece here that is naturally brought on by the granny style that we're working with, the modified granny style. And so to keep that going without increasing, I'm just going to chain 2 and then just come over to the next double crochet and work through that so that there are no double crochets worked in the previous round's space. So that is how we do the work even. You're just going to do that at every corner. You're not going to add anything into the chain 2 space. You're just going to chain 2 over the space and then go back to working your double crochets. And we will be doing that for 6 rounds. So you'll do 6 rounds of that. Remember, you're still not turning. And then after those 6 rounds, we will do the decrease, which will also happen at these corner spaces. And I will be back to show you that when I get there. Hey everybody, I'm back after having finished all of my work even rounds. And I wanted to show you the decrease you're going to do. So what you're going to do around each of these chain 2 spaces we've made, you're going to count 1, 2, 3 stitches. Give me just a second. I don't think my camera's quite focused. Oh, that's better. Okay. And we're going to do a double crochet decrease through these 3 stitches. So you're going to yarn over, go through your first double crochet, yarn over, bring through, complete the first step of that double crochet, which is to bring through 2 loops, but do not complete the second step. And then we're going to do the same. So yarn over into the next stitch. You're going to pull a loop through that next stitch, and then you're going to yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. So you've got 3 loops on your hook now. Yarn over. Oop, let me actually do it. There you go. Yarn over. Go into the stitch. Yarn over. Bring that loop through. Complete the first part of that double crochet. You're going to have 4 loops on the hook now. And then you're going to yarn over and bring that through all 4 loops at once. And it's going to give you a little triangle. And then you're going to chain 2. And you're going to come around your chain 2 space. And you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to yarn over, go into that first double crochet, pull up a loop, complete the first part of that double crochet stitch, yarn over, go into that second stitch, pull a loop through, complete that first part of the stitch. You've got 3 loops on your hook now. Yarn over, go into your stitch, pull a loop through, complete the first part of your double crochet, and then finish it off completely again. And you're going to do that at every corner. Just a quick note, when I was doing the first corner on mine, which I'll show you in just a second here, my join stitch, where I've been joining, was right next to the first 3 double crochet, which was also right next to the chain. Go ahead and just work that with that same decrease. Looking at the other hats I've made like this has been just how it's always worked out for me. I thought I'd goofed, that's why I was looking back. And so you're going to do all of your decreases like that on both sides, and then you're going to join again, and then we're going to switch to the F hook and do the single crochets, and that's super simple. I'm going to have you work through every stitch and just do 1 stitch in each chain 2 space, but I'm going to show it to you just in case, you know, visuals can help. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, and we're back. I'm on my F hook now because we're working these single crochet rows, and I just wanted to show you right at the right before the chain 2 space. This is the decrease that you did the last round. This is the stitch before it, so we're just going to work this stitch in a regular single crochet. Oop. And then this stitch, so you have the 2 bars on top, and then there is this 3rd bar underneath. So you actually want to go through that 3rd bar, because that's going to pull everything up at once and give you a nice smooth finish. If you miss the 3rd bar, it's really not a big deal. It's one of those like little tiny details you're only going to notice. So I've worked that. I've worked that decrease, and now I'm going to come in here and do a single crochet in that chain 2 space. Come over to my decrease and pick up that extra bar. And then I will work my way around to the next decrease in chain 2 space and do exactly what I just did all the way around. And after you finish this first round of single crochet, you'll do 7 more rounds of single crochet, and then we will do the Picot Stitch. And I will be back to show you how to do that stitch. I'm aware that this part here is very simple, but I just always like to make sure I have visuals of every step of a process, because you never know who's going to need it. So I'll see you guys in a bit again. Alright, I'm back. I have finished my single crochet rounds, which you can see here. And I'm getting ready to start that Picot Stitch. I also switched cameras because I was getting so much glare on the red, and thought something that wasn't quite so sensitive to that red would be useful. So I've got my chain 1 from my join, and I'm going to go into my first single crochet of the round and work a regular single crochet. It's a little tight. That happens to me sometimes working single crochet. I won't notice my gauge getting tighter. So just a plain single crochet there. There, a plain single crochet. Now to work a Picot Stitch, you're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Like that. You're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, there's my 3, and then you're going to slip stitch through that first chain of the 3. And that is the Picot Stitch, is that chain through. There it is. Every time I do this stitch, start it new, I always have to stop and check myself a couple of times on that first one. And so you're going to just pull all the way through. That's a mess. Hold on. Your yarn might get a little tangled and complicated. Just take a deep breath, give yourself a second, and, you know, give it another shot. That's what I always do. You know, especially because it's a bit of a fiddly stitch because you've got to pull back through a chain stitch to get it in correctly. And one more bit, and got it. And so there's the Picot. It doesn't look like much, but if you come down and you do a single crochet in the next one, there we go. You can see the little, all I can think is nub. You can see the little nub it creates. It's about 1 a.m. here. We saw a preview of Wonder Woman tonight, so I'm full of feelings. And not much else. So, I've done that I'm going to do it one more time to show you again. So, you want to go into your next stitch, because you did a plain single crochet, so you're going to do another single crochet. There it is. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now you're going to slip stitch into that bottom chain. Again, I'm trying to get you a good angle here. My camera person is unavailable. Oh, there we go. Perfect entrance there. And in. I'm going to come down, do another single crochet. There we go. And so those are the first couple that I've done there, 1 and 2. And so I'm going to keep doing that. So it's you're going to do a single crochet and then a single crochet with picot all the way around. And then you'll be done. So I'm going to go finish this round and I'll be back to show you the final product. Hey everybody, it's Gail, and we're finished! I can't find my tripod. It's buried under something. But I wanted to show you the final hat. You see we've got those creases or pleats, or I think pleats technically, that you saw on the other hat. They're a little different, you know, because it's a different yarn than the orange hat is. Again, this is Mighty Stitch and I love it. A couple of things I want to point out. You will notice that my picot edging is kind of sticking out right now, and that is due to the fact that my single crochets got super tight last night because I got distracted, and my single crochets always go super tight if I'm not kind of paying attention. But the good news is this is an easy fix. You know, what I'm going to do is just soak this hat in some water and then hang it to dry, and it will correct itself. So if you're having the same problem, just get some cold water on it and stick it on something, you know, throw it over your shower rod or whatever you've got, and it'll just work itself out. Very happy with how it's looking. It fits great, and now I hope that, you know, you had a good time with this and really enjoyed making it, and I will see y'all for episode 23. And, you know, if you've enjoyed this tutorial and it's helped you, please like, subscribe, share, or consider contributing to my Patreon, and all that information is down in the basement. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!